Look at these pictures from a wedding last month in Dallas, and you'll notice something different. No, not that there are two grooms, but the person performing the ceremony isn't really there.
We are gathered here today.
She's more than 1,000 miles away in Washington, D.C., appearing via Skype, all because gay marriage isn't legal in Texas, but is in the District of Columbia. The Skype wedding was Dante Walkup's idea. His partner, Mark, wasn't so sure at first.
My first reaction was I just laughed, and I said, "You got to be crazy." And he's come up with great ideas before, and that's been my first reaction. And then when researching it further and starting thinking about it, it was like brilliant.
Brilliant because Washington, D.C.'s marriage law stated the wedding had to be performed in the district, but did not specifically say those participating had to be there. To be sure, Mark and Dante flew to Washington and met with the Marriage Bureau.
We were very specific and asked, did we physically have to be there? Was it written in the law? And they told us no.
So the wedding planning began. The men were excited. Because of Skype, it wouldn't have to be a lonely courthouse event. Instead, they could be wed in front of 80 family and friends.
The most amazing moment of my life, and his life too. We both talked about that.
By the virtue vested in me.
At the end of the ceremony, the words they'd been waiting for.
I now pronounce you, Mark and Dante, legally married.
They signed the marriage certificate and thought everything was handled, but 6 weeks later...
I got a letter, and I saw from District of Columbia, and I was thinking to myself, that's strange, you know, maybe they're saying congratulations again.
Instead, the marriage had been declared invalid because all parties weren't actually in D.C. during the ceremony.
To have that letter come last Friday, it just was like a sucker punch.
Everyone involved was surprised.
Given the law as it stands now, I can see no reason why that marriage shouldn't be valid.
Sheila Alexander Reed performed the ceremony.
I read the law very, very carefully, and it said that the marriage had to be performed in the jurisdiction of D.C. And it was performed in the jurisdiction of D.C. I was performing it, and I was in D.C.
And legal experts agree.
These gentlemen seem to have dotted the I's and crossed the T's.
Ike Vanden Eykel is a Dallas family law attorney who says the only way to solve this problem is to address the gay marriage issue as a whole.
This problem is not going away. You can't have states doing different things on something as controversial as gay marriage. It needs to be addressed by, in my opinion, the federal government.
But since no one knows if that will happen anytime soon, the men plan to fly to D.C. for another ceremony. Until then, they still consider themselves married.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We just have to take care of some bureaucracy, a little bit of paperwork.
Rich Matthews, The Associated Press, Dallas.